So, some initial housekeeping. Virtual Fable, the devs of this game, very kindly sent me a free Steam key for review, and have otherwise not asked anything of me, other than to play the game and give my opinion. So all opinions here are my own and do not represent any views held by the dev team. Right, with that out of the way, let's talk about it. Do you love Slay the Spire? Are you desperately seeking something to fill the void while you wait for the second game to come out? Then good news, I might have the game for you. Conquer Lands does exactly what it says on the tin. You conquer lands as one of 3 different lords, marshal your troops and battle across the continent for complete domination. Build your deck, select your units and play to win. The game plays very similarly to a lot of deck builder roguelikes, and its inspirations are certainly there for all to see. But don't let that fool you, it has some very unique mechanics that really mix up the gameplay and makes you think very hard and tactically about every decision on the battlefield. Unlike a lot of deck builder games, the number of cards you can play isn't constrained by a turn point total. To use cards in Conquer Lands, you must assign them units to activate, and as long as you have the cards and units, you can keep going as long as you want. More powerful cards will usually have a designated activation cost. For example, it might require a specific type of unit, such as an archer or spearman, or a specific unit number, i.e. like odd, even, minimum or maximum. It sounds a little complicated at first, and I'm not the best at explaining it, but once you actually start playing it becomes pretty intuitive, and before you know it you'll be wiping out enemy knights in no time. Units are the absolute lifeblood of the campaign, and it's not just cards your units are used for. Conquer Lands has a unique positioning system during fights that you can influence by sacrificing your units. The battlefield is broken up into 4 sectors, 1 sector for yourself and 3 for your enemies, and each card has an area of effect designated on the bottom. Enemies not in a favourable position? Then you can move them at the cost of some units and get them into lethal range. The cost incrementally rises with each use, but it's an invaluable resource in taking down your foes. And the good thing about this mechanic, it's not just one enemy. Once you activate the position move, you can shift around the entire battlefield until you play your next card, for maximum devastation. This is something I missed at first, but once I realised it, it became absolutely essential. Also, it's not just limited to once a turn. You can activate it multiple times if needed, provided you have the units, and any lowering of the cost rolls over to the next turn. So if you have surplus units, you can lower the cost and then wait until your hand is just right to move them into position and decimate them. Not gonna lie, I had tons of fun working out just what to use and when, and despite not having finished a run as of writing this, I think I've already worked out some pretty insane combinations for the first playable character. That brings us on to the playable characters. So far I've only played as the First Lord, with the other lords being unlocked when you finish a run. Yes, I know, I suck. But each lord has their own unique abilities to use in battle. To the right of your character is a rage bar, which builds once you take damage, and once it's full you can use that lord's ability. The lord I've played as has the ability to gain 15 block, which can be really useful in clutch situations, and in combination with a few of his cards can wipe out an entire field if played correctly. This adds a little more variety to the mix and gives each character a kind of unique feel. There are also some passive abilities which I admit I am not great at utilising, but that is certainly down to me as a player and not the game. While I enjoy strategy, I am not the greatest at it. I'm assuming the passives will feed into the preferred unit type of the commander. The First Lord revolves around infantrymen, but all the units are available to all commanders, so you can absolutely vary your build. I have to say I really love the sense of style the game brings. It honestly feels like I'm playing on the Bayeux Tapestry, and the music really sets the scene well with some deep throaty choral complementing the orchestral. It's clean, simple style, and I think it fits well with the genre and what the devs are trying to achieve. My only criticism here is that so far I've only heard 2 or 3 tracks, I'm hoping that each of the lords has their own unique battle theme, but if they don't, it isn't the end of the world. The main battle track is pretty awesome and really doesn't get grating, at least in my opinion. Also, considering it is literally a two-man dev team, there are obviously going to be some areas where it's not exactly their forte, so I can't really hold that against them. But I can still hope, especially since the game is still in early access. Overall, I've had an absolute blast with this, and have no joke been playing it all weekend on Steam Link. I know I'm getting close to a good run, and it has really scratched the itch Slay the Spire left in my brain. Conquer Lands has absolutely nailed that one more run mentality, and it's literally running on my phone right next to me as I am recording this. Odds are I'm going to jump into another run and not procrastinate over my actual real work. So yeah, it's fair to say it's got its hooks into me. If you love roguelike deck builders, I don't think you can go wrong with this. I'm really loving it personally, and I'm hoping it does eventually make it out of early access to a full release. If only because I'm hoping to get more of that sweet, sweet roguelike fix. I would absolutely recommend this game.
Hi everyone! If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe.